Hello dear friends, welcome to another video of the Never Do Through the GUI What You Can Do Through the CLI channel. I am Vangelis Prokopiou and you are watching Drupal 8 Datetime Range field, how to display only the start date or only the end date in a view. We will go through this video in order to show you what I mean. And I decided to create this video because there are a lot of differences between these two fields, between Drupal 7 and Drupal 8, and we will go over them together and see you how you can achieve this functionality in case you want to do it, because I had to implement it recently and I didn't find any resources related to this issue. So I will show you how I managed to resolve this issue. First of all, let's go through the setup. I have two views here. This is the Drupal 7 site, as you can see in the URL. Drupal 7, it is a view of shows. We will see what a show is. And here is a Drupal 8 view of the same content type. Now, what a show is, if we click a show, it's just a content type that currently includes a date time range field with a start date and an end date. As you can see, the same applies for the Drupal 8 content type. If we edit this node, we will see that we have a date time range field with a start date and an end date. This is the setup, and as I said, we created two views, one for the Drupal 7 site and one for the Drupal 8 site, and we are displaying the title of the content types. Now let's suppose that we want to add, let's say, the start date of the datetime range field. So we come here for the Drupal 7 site and we go to the fields and we click add and we will search for the date. Here is the field, appears in node show. This is our field, our content type. So we click on this, apply, and we come to configure the field, and we come here, which is a vital point. Why doesn't it zoom? Okay, here we come here to this option, which is vital. It says display both start and end dates, and the other options are only the start date and only the end date. So as we want the start date, we will click on this and we'll say start date only. We apply, we save, and if we refresh, we will see that we have the start time, start date only, as you can see here. Now let's go to recreate this functionality in Drupal 8. So we will come here, this is the Drupal 8 view. We will add the respective field here. Date appears in show, yes, this is one. We add and configure. And this is the options that we have during the configuration. Column used for click sorting, value and end value, the formatter, time zone, date format, date separator, but as you can see, we don't have the option to choose which one of the dates we want, the start, the end, or both of them. Now, if we continue and we apply this and save, and refresh our view here, you can see that we have both the start date and the end date. So as you can understand, we have a problem here. We have, let's say, missing functionality compared to the Drupal 7 site. Let's check again here. This is the Drupal 7 site. If we edit, we have this display option which controls which date we want to display. But unfortunately here, let me reconfigure this. As you can see, we don't have this option, the display option, unfortunately. So we're stuck with displaying both the dates. Now, how can we do what we did with Drupal 7, just display the start date? What we have to do, of course, is start searching around, and the first thing that I thought of was to come here and rewrite the results and see what I have available here at the replacement patterns. We have field date value, field date and value. So let's go step by step over these available values, and we will say, in order to be sure that this is the value that we output, we will say foo, and this one we will apply, we will save, and here we will refresh, and this is the field that we are outputting, foo, and we still have both the dates. So let's come here and reconfigure, rewrite the result, and choose the next replacement pattern, which is this one, which is the raw value. Apply, save, and let's see what we managed to do here. And as you can see, we have the raw value. We have the start date. Let's go to the show one. This is the start date is 6 o'clock in the morning, but this displays it as 3 o'clock in the morning because there is the time difference because of the time zone. But this is the start date. Okay, let's go again in the view here, rewrite the results, and let's add this one too, and to make it start date and date, and we will add here a break to see if it indeed works. We will apply, we will save, here we will refresh the view, and indeed we have the start date and the end date. So we achieved the functionality that we want, but not quite, because we have a problem here about the formatting of the date. If we come here and say, for example, that we want let's say only the year, and we will apply, and we will save. And we refresh. You will see here that we do not get only the year, but we continue getting the full raw value of the date. So this kind of solution with rewriting the field, even though it provides us with the value we want, the start date or the end date, it does not format the date the way we want according to our selection here. Let's pick another one. Let's say that we want this yearless date. Yes, yearless date. Let's apply and save. And let's go here and refresh. You still see that we get the raw value. In contrast, here, if we edit, here we choose only the start date with this drop-down menu. If we edit this one, let's choose a custom and let's say that we want only the year. Apply all displays, save, and refresh. You will see here that we can control both the format of the date and which one of the dates we want to show, the start or the end date. So we have a complete solution in Drupal 7, whereas in Drupal 8 we have a problem that we cannot control both the field that we are displaying and the formatting of the field. So in order to solve this, what I finally did was this. I did not rewrite the results no, I did rewrite the results, but let's check this first of all. Let's see that this date format indeed applies if we do not rewrite the results. Let's apply. Let's save. I know it's a little bit complicated, but it is complicated by nature, this topic. Okay, as you can see now, we have the formatting that we indeed want to have. So we fixed the one part. The next part is to display only the field that we want. So let's go here again. Let's display, let's choose this one, for example. No, we want the time too. So we will say, let's pick this format, apply, save, and let's recheck. Okay, we have the formatting that we want, and now we will try to get only the start date. So, how I achieve this? The way to achieve it is through indeed rewriting, but unfortunately, as we saw, these two fields are the raw values and they are not controlled by the formatting of this view of the formatter, of the date format, sorry. The only way to achieve this is to use this rewriting field, this pattern, which, as we saw, gives us the full date, but as we can see here, we have a twig template, we have twig syntax, and we can do stuff that we can do in twig. So one thing that we can do here is use the split and we can split by this pattern, blank space, a hyphen and a blank space, and then we can choose the first field. Now what this does is that it takes this value, which is the whole date, both start date and end date, it splits the value and it creates an array, a PHP array, and then we choose the first item of this array, which is the start date. So let's apply this. Let's save. And let's see what we have here. Start date, class date time. I did not expect this. Let's go back here. Field date split. Yes, I paused the video and I fixed the problem, which was the formatter. I had forgotten about it, and the problem, let's say, is that I chose a custom formatter. We used to have the default. Let me revert. We're using the default formatter. We will apply. We will save. As I said, I've forgotten about how I want to fix this issue. I did it and I forgot about it. This is the fixed one, and if I refresh here, you will see that this is what we were getting previously. But if we go back to the date and we choose a custom formatter and we choose the format that we are interested in this case I'm interested in this format, we're still rewriting the results with the full date, and we apply and we save. And we refresh. We are getting the date that we are interested in, as you see here. To show that the other fields are not working again, even with our custom formatter, we will rewrite the results and we will use the raw values. We will use this value, which is the start date. We will add a break here and we will say raw value. We will apply. We will save. And we will refresh. And as you can see, because it is the raw value, it does not comply to our formatter, and we are still getting indeed the raw value of the start date. So as you can understand, the solution is to provide the formatter we want here. We provide the custom formatter that we want. We provide the format here, and then we rewrite the results. We use the field date pattern, which is the first one, the field date, which gives us the full date, the full datetime fields formatted, and then we split, in essence creating a PHP array, and then we're choosing the first element. In order to choose the second date, the end date, all we have to do is choose the first element. Let's check out these two. Let's save. Let's refresh. And as you can see, we have both the start date and end date formatted the way we want it. So you see that we had to jump through hoops in order to achieve what we wanted, whereas in Drupal 7 this whole functionality was built in the default formatters and options in the view. We just choose the field that we want, both start or end, and boom, it is done. Whereas in Drupal 8 we had to do some custom stuff in order to achieve the result that we wanted. Because I have to go through this problem and found this solution myself, I wanted to share it with you. If you have any other suggestion on the subject, you can leave it of course in the comments. But in any case, I wanted to share this info because, as I said, I didn't find any related resources on the internet. And I released this video for future guys that are searching something similar in order to have this solution readily available. Well, this is the info that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed this video, you can hit the like button and you can share your thoughts on it in the comments. Moreover, if you like the content of this channel, you can subscribe by clicking the penguin that you see on your screen. Thank you for watching and have a great day.